400 series. If there were a collision, which one would be damaged most?
Well, the Chinese Coast Guard vessels, there are a lot of academic writing conducted by different maritime security scholars, arguing that all of these vessels are basically patterned from Chinese PLA Navy warships. If you're going to ask me what is the chance of the Philippine Coast Guard surviving if there will be any collisions, obviously, with the size of the vessels that they have, which is an average of 90 meters above, compared with the 44-meter vessel, we are basically in a very huge disadvantaged position. And that is the reason why the Philippine Coast Guard always ensure that we are deploying vessels who have skippers that are good in seamanship skills. We need to compensate the size of the vessels that we have with the skills and talent of our own sailors.
But how sustainable is that, sir, given na, I mean, at least on Monday, di ba, parang they're not afraid to, they don't seem to hesitate na bumangga or parang ganun yung manifestation ng action. How far can talent and courage and, you know, how far can it go?
Again, I don't want to interpret that such collision between the Philippine Navy warship and the Chinese Coast Guard is something that is intentional. I still stand with our initial assessment that it was accidental. It was miscalculation on the part of the PLA. And I don't also want to speculate that it is their intention to really ram a smaller Coast Guard vessel. Because obviously, with the size of our vessel, it will really have a very bad impact if they're going to do such dangerous maneuver. And we have been mentioning a lot of times, if they're not going to abide with the collision regulation, if they're not going to observe the proper rules of the road at sea, incident will happen. And this collision incident last Monday is a clear evidence of the result of the dangerous maneuver and unprofessional behavior of the PLA Navy warship and the Chinese Coast Guard.